Rico is one character who was mentioned in episode 7, but who is he? And could we see him before the season finishes? I'm also talking Drew Tejada's character and what we saw from him in episodes 6 and 7, what we can expect from him based on the episode 8 trailer. So welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk about Power Book 2 Ghost, Rico and Drew. So hope you're having a great morning and welcome back to another storyline breakdown video involving two characters, Rico and Drew Tejada, what we saw in the last episode as well as episode 6 and what to expect in the last couple of episodes. But first, if you're new to the channel and you want to see everything Power Universe related, from reviews and breakdowns to storyline breakdowns or just general news on Power, then remember to smash the subscribe button. But let's get straight into talking about Rico first of all, and then I'll come to Drew Tejada, and also consider this video a light spoilery I guess, because I'm going to be talking about potential characters that could be coming in episode 9 and 10, who is playing what character, so it's not spoilers exactly because I hate spoilers myself, but I do like to go into new characters that could be coming on to Power Book 2, go into them in depth on characters, etc. But if you don't want to know that sort of stuff, then I guess I'm just giving you the opportunity to turn off now, but if you do and you don't mind, then keep watching. But DC Jones, let's talk about this. He walks in, he's surprised that Monet's answered the door instead of Kane. Monet said that she'll take all of the pills and more if you've got them, but she only needs half of the coke. DC Jones said Rico ain't passed the message along and Rico doesn't like to be bothered. So who is Rico? Now some of you thought Lorenzo was the boss man or Monet was the queen pin, the boss, considering Lorenzo was sitting behind bars, but they would have always had a supplier, the same way Ghost and Tommy did. Even though Ghost and Tommy ran shit across New York, they still had Felipe Lobos who was providing them with their product, but the scale at which Ghost and Tommy were shifting weight is just a different ball game compared to the Tejadas. Now the one person who is providing the product for the Tejadas is Rico. Now we don't know who Rico is, we've not seen Rico, all we've heard is his name, which was mentioned in the last episode by Monet and DC Jones, but could we see him in the last few episodes or so, and who could he be? Rico is a mystery, but there are two characters who are set to appear any minute now. Number 1, Laz Alonso, and number 2, Jackie Long. But let's talk about Laz Alonso first because I made a video on him quite a few months ago when it was revealed that Laz Alonso will be playing Sam Santana on Power Book 2 Ghost at the back end of the season. Actually, he's going to be in episodes 9 and 10, so Laz Alonso is casted for episodes 9 and 10, so expect him to see him then. For those who don't know who Laz Alonso is, he played Phoenix in Fast and Furious, and he's one of the main cast members for The Boys. And for those of you who watch Boys knows he plays Mother's Milk on Boys, he actually auditioned for the original character of Ghost years ago, but lost out to Amari Hardwick, and they really look alike, which is why when Courtney Kemp did one of her Instagram live Q&As, she said Ghost doesn't have a sister, hint hint hint, basically implying that Ghost could have a brother, which led many as well as me to think that maybe Laz Alonso could be coming to play Ghost's brother. And I had a comment on my video yesterday saying, when CK said Ghost didn't have a secret sister, what about him having a secret son? A hot-headed, rough around the edges kind of guy like Kane. Ghost had a couple of women on the go. I bet he had many on the go when he was younger. Only thing I do agree with is Ghost probably had a lot of women on the go, no doubt. But Kane being his son may be just a bit of a reach. I still don't believe Kane is Lorenzo's son, but I don't necessarily think he's Ghost's. I previously said Kanan, which may not be true either, but I think Ghost kids only are Tariq, Raina and Yaz. But I don't know guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about that theory. But anyway, let's wait and find out about Laz Alonso's character because he will be in episodes 9 and 10 and we don't know much about his character apart from his name is Sam Santana on Power Book 2. But could he have the nickname Rico? Personally, I don't think Laz Alonso is Rico and we don't know whether he's going to be an ally of Tariq or what his role is going to be. But personally, this is one character that I am really looking forward to seeing coming in episode 9 because I love watching his character on The Boys, and for those who have seen him, know he will be a great fit for Power Book 2. He has the persona, the character to really play a big role in Power Book 2 going forward. And the other one I mentioned was Jackie Long, and the thing is with Jackie Long, 50 Cent said that Jackie Long had been casted for Power Book 2 and that he was filming. We know they finished filming the last 2 episodes in October, but there was no news about his character name or which episode he could be in on IMDb if he was in the back end of the season. And Tommy did make a comment saying, I hope I get to work with you one day. And I've spoken about how this Power Universe characters crossing over and Tommy potentially coming back at the back end of the season. So could he have some sort of ties to Tommy? Could they be working together or work together sometime in the future in Power Book 4 Force as well? But there's not much to go on his character, so Rico for now is a mystery, but he's the Tejada's supplier. But that's enough of Rico, let's get into talking about Drew Tejada now because his character is one character who I really believe is going to show his dark side and he's going to show his dark side soon in episode 8. And episode 8's description, which was sent to me by Jalil on Instagram, reads, Tariq can't help but feel left out as parents flood the campus for homecoming at Stansfield. So there's going to be a homecoming at Stansfield, and we know all of the Tejadas are going to be there at Zeke's game, including Tariq. We see Diana, Drew, Kane, Monet, and no doubt Drew. He's going to want to see Ev before or even after the basketball game, and this is when I think he's going to be caught by someone. I think this is when Drew and Ev's secret is finally going to be coming out, because Monet's already warned Drew, not once but twice. And I really feel the deadly consequence part that I've been speaking about from Drew's character description, that could potentially be Ev, and I really think it could be coming into play now. Over the last couple of videos, I've been speaking about who Kane could be shooting in this image here, and one person who I haven't mentioned is Ev. Because I wanted to mention Ev when I spoke about Drew's character, because this is where it ties in with his character description with the deadly consequence part. And if Kane could actually be shooting Ev, for example, with just Ev being in the wrong place at the wrong time sort of thing, or could Kane have caught Drew and Ev, given the order to Lil Guap to kill Ev, and this is why we see Drew beating Lil Guap in episode 8's teaser. And we know it's Lil Guap because if you watch the trailer in slow motion, you can actually see the braids in one of the frames, and this is where we could see the seed which we saw in the mid-season trailer with Lil Guap in that hella gunfire, and the aftermath of Ev's death with Drew turning into an absolute monster. And this is what Drew needs. Drew needs a death of a loved one, or a death of just Ev, for him to turn into a monster and for his character to really turn dark, because I feel he really will turn dark towards the end of this first season. And I mentioned before that I want to see that different side to Drew at some stage, and there has to be a turning point for his character, because they're not building his relationship with Ev up for nothing. His sexuality and relationship will play a big part in these coming episodes, and especially with what I've mentioned from his character description, with the deadly consequence part still to play, and I really feel this could be Ev. And I did refer to a lot of characters who could be becoming monsters, which is episode 9 title, and I really hope Drew is one of them. There's also this character who's playing a screaming dad in episode 8, so I assume he's screaming for one reason and one reason only. Someone could have got hurt, someone could have got killed, and it could really be anyone. But I think this could have happened on campus, considering there's going to be a homecoming at Stansfield, so could it be Ev in episode 8? And also let me know what your thoughts are on this screaming dad. But Drew Tejada, he may feel like he belongs at college with Ev or just studying art at college, but there is no hiding away from his destiny, and I believe his destiny is in the game, and it's only going to take a deadly consequence for him to turn into that dark character that I think many of these young characters will turn into in the coming episodes and seasons. So with that being said, let me know your general thoughts on Rico. Who could he be? Could we see him in the last couple of episodes? And what are your guys' thoughts about Drew Tejada? Drop all your comments and theories down below, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.